Elizabeth Berkley. In a recent interview, she did something pretty bold. She politely asked her publicist to leave the Zoom call. She said, "I think David and I are good. I want to have this conversation with just you." It was a quiet power move, a sign of a woman who's learned to take control of her own story. And what a story it is. This year marks the 30th anniversary of a film that defined and nearly destroyed her career, Showgirls. We all know the story. Paul Verhoeven's wild NC-17 epic about Noam Malone, a girl with big dreams in Vegas. It was supposed to be Berkley's massive big screen debut. Instead, it was a critical and box office disaster. The media was vicious. The late-night jokes were relentless. And Berkley, who we all knew as the brainy Jesse Spano from Saved by the Bell, was suddenly an outcast. Her own agency, Ka, dropped her. She was just 21 years old. She describes the last 3 decades as 30 years of building blocks. Every small role, every class, every step was a fight to get back to this very moment. And it seems like the moment has finally arrived. She recently appeared in the indie film Shell alongside Kate Hudson and Elizabeth Moss, her first feature film in 15 years. She also popped up in the final season of Cobra Kai and Ryan Murphy's new legal drama, All's Fair. For that role, Murphy called her directly. Berkley says he has a gift for seeing what an actor is truly capable of, even when others don't. And that's the thing, Berkley always knew what she was capable of. Back in 1995, as the Showgirls backlash exploded, her publicist would show her cruel reviews that attacked her looks and talent, supposedly to prepare her. "It's hard to imagine today," she said. "A lot of things went on that wouldn't be allowed now. Someone could not be pummeled to that degree. I couldn't understand how people could be so cruel." But she's tough. She refused to let their words define her truth. Her over-the-top performance as Noam was exactly what the director Paul Verhoeven wanted. She believed in her work. She hoped someone, anyone, would stand up for her. But as the movie crashed and burned, most of the creative team ran for the hills. Elizabeth, however, didn't. She toured 10 countries to promote the film all by herself. Imagine facing that hostile press alone. It didn't feel good, but I'm proud that I did that. I'm not a quitter, she says. I wanted to speak. I wanted to be heard. I had no other platform. After that lonely tour, the doors in Hollywood slammed shut. She says for about 2 years, she wasn't even allowed to audition. Think about that, being locked out of the very thing you love most. But she didn't give up. She threw herself into acting and dance classes, always listening for an opportunity. When she heard about the movie The First Wives Club, she couldn't even get in the room for a casting call. So she took matters into her own hands. She personally contacted the head of Paramount, Sherry Lansing, and sent in an audition tape, something that was almost unheard of back then. And you know what? She got the part. It was a small victory, but it was a start. She kept clawing her way back, taking supporting roles in independent films and TV shows. She found success on the stage in London and New York, earning rave reviews. A New York Times critic, reviewing her performance in the play Berkley, wrote that she was pretty darn good and that it was a testament to how much her talent had grown since Showgirls. She was proving them all wrong, one role at a time. Meanwhile, something strange was happening with Showgirls itself. Slowly but surely, the culture started to reevaluate it. Critics began to see it not as a failure, but as a brilliant, sharp, and over-the-top satire of the American dream. The queer community, in particular, embraced it, celebrating Berkley's fearless ALN performance as Noam Malone. Suddenly, academics were studying it. Filmmakers were referencing it. Fashion designers were inspired by it. The world finally caught up and realized that Showgirls was, in its own unhinged way, a masterpiece of camp. This was all happening before social media, so Berkley wasn't really aware of this huge shift in perception. The real turning point came in 2015 at a 20th anniversary screening of the film in Los Angeles. She attended, probably not knowing what to expect. The reception was electric. Thousands of fans cheered, celebrated, and treated her like a hero, she said. It was such a profound moment, I can't even tell you. It It was the validation she had been denied for 2 decades. Now, flash forward another 10 years, and Elizabeth Berkley has fully embraced the Showgirls phenomenon. 30 years after that lonely, punishing press tour, she's doing it all over again. But this time, it's a victory lap. She's spearheading a huge anniversary tour across at least 10 U.S. cities. Each event has a screening, bonus footage, and of course, Elizabeth herself, front and center last October at a screening for 5,000 screaming fans. She was greeted like a rock star. It's an incredible full circle moment. The industry that once cast her out now sees her as a titan. The film that was meant to be her shame is now her crown. It's a powerful lesson in resilience, self-belief, and the strange, wonderful way that culture can change. It turns out Taylor Swift isn't the only showgirl selling out arenas. Nomi Malone finally got her happy ending, and so did Elizabeth Berkley. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood history. See you next time.